And if we could, I would like for the village and University Park for all the work, and he's been honored by whoever. I mean, so many honored high political people I've been to, several of his honorary awards. We would like to do a resolution in his honor. We presented at that night, if that is possible. And we want to forward for your approval of that. Thank you. All right, now, general public comments, question and answer sessions. Amara, Leah. Are there any questions you have for?
So Madam Mayor, if I may.
Yes. Oh, right before you go to yours, I'm sorry. We have Dr. Ringo in the audience. I wanted to give her some time. Dr. Ringo, could you come up, please?
Thank you, Mayor. To the board, to the trustees, and to the village residents, I'd like to thank you all. My name is Dr. Wendy Ringo, and I am before you all to present So She Wrote, a half marathon, 10K, 5K within the village of the University Park. We are very much interested in hosting this race in the village. As a race director, I really heeded the call to have something in the South suburban area. I selected University Park. I've taught at Governor State for many years, and I am more than delighted. This is my second go-round at trying to get this race here. So I am hopeful that this year will be the year. The date that we have in mind is October 1st, and it's a Sunday, and we are expected to have the race start and end right here in front of the village hall here. So we have a lot of great things planned, but we surely need each and every one of you and all of you behind me to come out and support. It's a family fun event. Now, I must say, it's a women's only race, but it does not exclude the men. You can root, you can cheer, you can hold signs, but it's surely to promote health and wellness within our communities. It's surely to uplift all the women that you know. The souls of many women moves us all, so I'd like to leave you with that, but I surely need the board support so that we can get this date officially on the books. October 1st, it's a Sunday, and each and every one of you, and also those of you behind me too. Thank you.
Hey Doc, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, why was it voted down? You said this is your second go round, and you're talking about, you know, physical fitness, health, and wellness for women. Why would that? You turned around.
I'm not sure, but we're not going to focus on the past. We're going to focus on the future. And I know that with you all support, and again, the support behind me, we will make this happen. We have an opportunity to make an economic impact right here in University Park with nearly 1,500 or more runners, people coming from out of town, so that would impact on tourism. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for small business owners to bid and to also have the village on display here in the South Suburban land. So I'm looking forward to putting it before you all.
You said a 3 or 5K and a 10K?
No, sir. It's a half marathon, which is 13.1 miles, and it's a 10K, which is 6.2, and a 5K, which is 3.1 miles.
Because Chase is having one Thursday night. You know, I participated. There was 600 companies downtown Chicago that's going to participate in, and I'm one of them that's going to participate in that 5K.
Okay. Well, you can surely be an honorary So She Wrote. We won't tell anybody.
Yes.
Just come on out and support us.
And then Dr. Ringo, I'd like for Ms. Kinsey to stand because she worked with you. Ms. Kinsey is one of our residents in University Park, and she brought her Dr. Ringo to my attention. We had meetings of fun. She's very, very impressed with our Pine Lake. She's really excited about that, and I'd like to thank you, Ms. Kinsey, for bringing her to me and getting this going. And I got my t-shirt. So we're going to run. We're going to have fun. And thank you so much for bringing it before the board.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Maggie's. I'm sorry.
Madam Mayor, if I may, and I first want to thank the board for the public service work that you do. My name is Amara Enya. I wanted to, in the spirit of transparency, and really because this seems to be a board that is really working hard to move the village in the right direction. And one of the things that we can do starting at the outset is to foster a spirit of transparency and openness. As someone who is coming into a fairly challenging, if we'll speak frankly, situation on a number of fronts, but also a lot of opportunities. One of the things that I wanted to do as the incoming village manager is to establish a rapport with the public. I know that in the previous meeting there wasn't a whole lot of time except for the conversations that took place after the meeting to really understand who this lady is, who is apparently a former village resident, and what role that I would be able to play in serving alongside of your trustees and other village staff and department heads. And so I wanted to present that opportunity, not just at this meeting, but moving forward, an opportunity for you to hear directly from myself on what is happening in the village and really echoing the work that the Board of Trustees is doing so that you understand clearly where we are and what it will take to move forward. And so with this, my just initial comments will just provide a little bit of background, but I do want you, if you feel so moved, and if you have questions that you have for me in this first go-round, to freely ask your question, and I will do my best to answer that question. Just a little bit of background on me. I've spent the last 14 years in public service, working with public institutions. The last 10 of those years I spent working in the city of Chicago, in the office of the mayor, in the daily administration for several years, and then working with city council in some form or capacity for the remaining 6 years. Since that time, I've worked primarily in the areas of economic development, housing, food security, education, really across the board. I was a generalist. So any policy issue that you can think of, I've worked on it in some form or fashion for the last 14 years or so. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I went to a school that used to be called Hickory Elementary. I grew up when the library was located right around the corner. I lived at 510 Hancock. And the library used to be a house until they built the new facility that I then had to walk in hot summer days to every day. I'm here because I graduated from Creekmoney High School, where I believe I still have the triple jump record. I have to check. I ran track for Creekmoney High School. I was a 100-meter high hurdler. I was a triple jumper, a long jumper, and on miserable days I ran the 400. I also played basketball for Creekmoney. I played soccer for a while, and I ran cross country for 4 years. And I had some of the best educational experiences growing up in this area. Academically, my undergraduate degrees are in political science. I also have a degree in broadcast journalism and a degree in news editorial with concentrations in history and philosophy. My master's degree is in education. I have a law degree where I practice contracts negotiations as well as international law. And my PhD is in education policy. So I was very excited to hear that the UP scholarship is still in force. And I'm hoping that one of the committees that we can really revitalize and bring back is the education committee. So there's much that can be offered to the village. I'm not here necessarily because I have to be here, but because in spite of the challenges, I see individuals who are working hard to move the village in the right direction. For me, it has always been about getting the work done, how we can be useful, how I can be useful, and how we can make public service in the best interests of the residents who are owed leadership with integrity and transparency and equity from top to bottom. Right now I live on the west side of Chicago, in the real west side, not West Loop, west of Western Avenue. And I did that very willingly after having worked at the top levels of government and seeing communities ignored, communities disinvested, and corruption. So every time I walk outside my door, I see some of the issues that you might see here, and probably much worse. Issues of unemployment, schools closed 3 years ago, vacant homes, and the loss of 200,000 people in 10 years, 180,000 of whom are Black. Where are they going? They should be coming here. So what do we do to attract them here? How do we make this village a beacon for other villages in the Southland? That's why I'm here. My allegiance is to work alongside the Board of Trustees, to support them in any way that I can, but ultimately it's to serve all of you to the best of my ability for however long I'm commissioned to be here. And so with that, I want to open up the floor for your questions, for your concerns. If you want to challenge my triple jump record, I'm opening it up. Thank you.
Good evening, Board, Mayor. My name is Sasha Junior. I am a second-year resident of University Park, live on Regent Road. My question would be, I guess, kind of what the plan and what the order is of, getting us back to the place we need to be. Of course, we have the financial issues, and we're very great with economic development in this village. So I'm wondering if that's something that we can do simultaneously. Do you need to focus on the financial issue and then the development, or kind of what your vision is on that? Thank you.
Thank you. So many of the issues that the village faces will have to be addressed simultaneously. What I've outlined in just a preliminary draft document of scope of work is 13 areas with which the village has to focus on. This is happening in a couple of stages, and I'm going to allow, if the trustees have any comments, feel free to jump in, as they have been here longer and know more about all the details of the circumstances. But there's one half of the work that's actually getting us to point A. That involves a lot of going back into our financial records, into our organizational infrastructure, departmental infrastructure, putting in place different protocols, whether they're communications protocols, reporting protocols, all of those things that create an entity that is running optimally. And then addressing some of the backlog issues that we've had. Once we've been able to become stable from that, then we can move forward with executing the vision that the board has for this community. That's where you're talking more about economic development. How do we attract businesses? Some of the ordinances that will need to be in place to attract businesses here. How do we revitalize the small business community? How do we get more people to pack this room at every board meeting? Those questions can then be addressed once we're stable in terms of addressing the long-standing issues that the village has been facing. So it's going to happen in 2 phases, and some things will happen simultaneously. But I'm sure that because of the willingness of this board to really address these issues as a group that have been existing for quite some time, we'll be able to really get a lot of this done.
Good evening, ma'am. Keith Griffin. I want to know, in finding out, since I was a previous board member, and they know Trustee Payton and Brown, I want to know, because when we brought IRH in, they were given wrong figures. So when they did their initial report, it was all wrong. So we were given wrong information from the start. My question is that once they found out, they redone the report. We got the right figures and we got the right information. Can we look forward to, or in other words, to continue to get that proper information? Because if you're doing a report or you're doing figures and stuff and you don't have the right information, then you might as well not do it. So my question is that, can we look forward to getting the proper information to do the job, and two, and getting this, the previous village manager set up a program that it's going to take time. We all know it's all that to me, it's going to take time. About 6 to 7 years of constantly the plan that we put in place to get us out. So are we going to maintain that, or you got a new plan?
So as it relates to records, part of the beginning process will be, in legal parlance, will be essentially discovery. There's a lot of information and a lot of data that needs to be gathered to make sure that whatever we're presenting to any vendors or any consultants is accurate information. And that will take some time, but that's the goal. Because there is a cost analysis as well. If you end up doing a report, or they do a report and it's not correct, we have to go back. So we're going to be working very hard to make sure that we get all of the information. And that will take a lot of cooperation by existing department heads, by the former village manager, and any other entities that are involved to make sure that we have as much information as possible. With regard to any existing plan, that will definitely be reviewed. Again, we have to make sure that what we're doing makes the most sense for the village. And so if there is a 6 or 7 year plan in place, that would be reviewed with this board of trustees and myself to make sure that it fits and is tailored to what the village needs moving forward.
Okay, I understand. It's just that what we did was, Trustee Mtg can attest, we had to, the only way to get us out, we had to pledge our taxes against the loans that we got. We couldn't get a loan. No one would give us squat. So it was a tax anticipation warrants that we had to issue. So to me, we set them up beautifully. All they got to do is maintain what they got. But I've heard them at the last special meeting, they talk about doing this and doing that and doing other stuff, which is going to knock that plan out of kilter. And with the way it was set up, I'm not telling you what to do, whatever you, but I'm saying we structured it best we could to get out of the financial situation of what was presented to us. And I know it's a long time, maybe they don't want to hear that, but hey, we was dealt the cards, we adjusted and tried to do what we could, as best as we could, what was presented to us. So that's why I was asking, if you have something better, I'm willing to hear it, but that's why I asked you, we're going to follow that plan and help us get us out, and so we can go forward.
Thank you.
First of all, publicly, Amara, I want to say congratulations on your new position. We get really excited when we see childhood friends come back to the community and help out and serve the people of the community. So thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. We adore the Mtg family. I grew up with you guys since I could remember. So congratulations on your new position. As you know, me and Susu work very heavily in the community with the youth. And the brothers and families here as well, they are over the baseball program. And so can you give us a background, your background on grants and grant writing? The reason I ask that is because a lot of our children, our participants, they come from single family homes. And so the single mothers are responsible for paying their fees and registration fees and gym shoes and all these other things that are required to participate in the programs. And the programs, we do the best that we can to give them the best discount as possible, but we still have a program to run. For instance, the football program, we do the best that we can to give them the best discount as long as it's, because we are not a for-profit organization. So more so at the end of the year, we are working at a deficit. Tutu started the wrestling program 2 years ago, which we're really excited about, but those cost a lot of money because the wrestling tournaments cost money in addition to the other fees that go along, the baseball program as well. And like I said, a lot of these children, they come from single family homes. So what we want to do is give them a chance to come out and not charge as much